Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Kwity Paye in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Brian Johnson now for the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Here's Chase now on the jet sweep. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And they go play action now. Burrow. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
11, Tommy. 11,
in motion right here, Boyd.
11, Mighty. 11, Mighty. 12, 12, 12. 11, 11. 11, 11, 11.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Buying time, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cameron Jordan drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is fielded at the 7. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Jones. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. What a play. The big man comes up with the interception. Puts together, Charles, a nice little return, too.
Yeah, he's not going to make anybody forget Darrell Green or Rod Woodson, but look at him lug that thing. He decided it was his. A lot of people might have thought about lateraling it there. No shot. Trying to take it the distance.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
But they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
11 MT, hey!
To throw on 2nd and 6. Burrow eluding the pressure right. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3.
Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down.
Jacobs. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
12, 11 mighty, 11 mighty. 12, 12, 12.
Jacobs again, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line.
The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal.
Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the 2nd quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get it.
And he'll get it. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
From the 10.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 2nd and 5 now. Jones. And that's caught by the tight end, Branson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Here's Jones throwing on first down. Got a man, that's Lazard. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 25 yards that time. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Off the play fake. Jones
out to the right and complete to Pittman.
Touchdown, Colts.
Michael Pittman.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Colts will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. And Johnson's extra point up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Quiddy Pay. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
11 empty.
Play action. It's Burrow. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try to get those yards a safer way.
Flushed out right. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. It's caught inside the 25. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find Lazard. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. And the ball is free. Taylor lost it, and the Bengals grab it. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll go option to the short side. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. And that's good for a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now.
Here we go.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 12, 12, 12.
Now Burrow. Escaping the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
Well, certainly happy they were able to force the fumble, Charles, but wish they would have gotten in the end zone, only getting 3 points there and still facing the second-half deficit.
And they also will understand it's going to be a whole lot tougher to force another turnover the rest of the game because that offense, they're going to be all about ball security from here on out.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field?
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Jones now on 1st and 10. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Bengals grab it. The 20, 10. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown.
McPherson now for the extra point.
It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Ed one told me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
1st and 10, Taylor now to about the 40-yard line.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And this will be taken at the 13. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On 1, ready?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
11 MT.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
On 1, ready?
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. Here's Burrow.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left it no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. The Colts send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
11, Thomas.
They go play action with Burrow. Steps away. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Quiddy Pay
getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And out of bounds, where will they spot him? At the 35-yard line, so great field position coming up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off play action, Jones. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 37. On play action, they'll throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
And they run the option on 2nd down.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Colts pick it up. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Now, here's a high-pressure moment for Brian Johnson.
This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
On 1, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
11. Hey, can.
Burrow. Connecting with Mixon.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
On 2, ready?
Now Burrow. Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. He'll get this up to about the 44.
Here we go.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
To throw, Burrow.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
12.
Burrow. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Here's Jones. Pass complete to Allie Cox. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another 1st down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill. And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. This game rests on the right leg of Brian Johnson. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left, and that changes everything here in OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it's the Colts who are going to get a chance to win it here first as we're back underway in overtime. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Just looking down at this with a naked eye, looks like they have about 1.5 yards. Any chance they go for it here?
There's a chance, but I have to say, punt the ball here. Get rid of this thing and try and help your defense a little bit. I know there's that temptation, and I know people have it on their play sheet. I have that one play that'll get me what I need, but if you don't get it, you pretty much handed the game to the other team.
Jones, first throw of overtime here. Oh, and it's intercepted.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. What a gigantic interception here in the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, with where they're at on the field, I mean, they're already in field goal range to win this thing.
And the head coach is just talking to the special teams coordinator right now and saying, okay, where does he want the ball positioned? Because that's all you're going to do on offense. Move it to that spot. Make sure you take care of the football, and probably third down, kick the field goal, and try and win this game.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
Here we go.
The fullback won. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Here we go.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
11, Thomas. They gotta go, gotta go.
Jacobs going to try the middle, and they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
56 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
So all eyes now locked on Evan McPherson. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back.
Gun. Stop. Here we go. Get in the huddle. Stop.
They run for it with Mixon, and they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down, and that will force a turnover on downs. Well, they were 2 for 3 on 4th down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4, 2 for 3 before that, but finally get stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that'll keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it.
Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Taylor. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
Okay, ready?
To throw is Jones. He's got Granson, his tight end, and he will get out of bounds to stop the clock. So a nice pickup there all the way up past the 40-yard line.
But give them credit for a good read right there, because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a first down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up, but in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
Jones. And that's caught inside the 30. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So that's it. No double overtime.